welcome to T3 Teach Tech Theater. I am Kirsten Giard-Branch.
And I'm Julie Benitez.
And we are so excited to share with you an opportunity we have this summer at our beloved theater, which is La Jolla Playhouse in San Diego, California. It's going to be a virtual thing, and it is totally geared toward the new teacher, the new tech theater teacher, the new theater teacher. We kind of got it all for you.
So we're really lucky because our connection with La Jolla Playhouse, they were very generous and decided to help sponsor a truncated version of what we would normally have done. We used to do these workshops that would be a week long, that every day would be a different subject. One would be Teacher 101, one would be talking about curriculum, one would be talking about how to physically build stuff. Unfortunately, we can't do that one very well online. And another one talking about production and stuff like that.
But this is just a couple hours via Zoom for us to chat, to share our worldly wisdom, to act as a sounding board, because we've always worked our workshops in that we want to know what you need. And that's what we want to make sure that we are addressing. How many of us have been to a workshop where afterwards you're like, well, that was time I'll never get back because they didn't cover anything I needed? That's not what we do. And it's a very short amount of time. And the other cool part about it is that we think it's pretty affordable.
Only $34 per session, and get all three of them for $90. Each one has a worked in spot of like, what are your questions? How can we specifically address your needs, your problems, so that you come away with stuff you can boots on the ground, you know how you do it right off the bat. So the first one we are offering is New Theater Teacher 101. So you may have been teaching for years, but this might be the first time you're teaching theater, or you might have been teaching theater for a little bit, but you feel a little overwhelmed. And this would be an excellent opportunity to have a sounding board and to know other people who have been on that path with you, and to come away with strong, easy to use, right into the classroom lesson plans and ideas of how to structure your classroom for New Teacher 101.
Our second workshop is going to be a tech theater curriculum workshop. Julie and I are going to share our tricks of the trade about how we teach tech theater in a public school setting. And the cool part is that there's a takeaway of here's a scope and sequence that was created for a tech theater curriculum. We're really excited about that one because that's I think where most people, they want to know what to do, but may not have the skills or to be able to feel comfortable teaching a tech theater class. We're here to help you with that.
Because we found over the years that people might have had a theater background even, but usually it ended up being on the performance side. So they knew how to teach acting, but they weren't as strong on a technical curriculum and making sure that everyone is safe and that you are able to complete a set or complete whatever you're trying to do in the amount of time that you've got.
So New Teacher 101, and then Tech Theater, how to create a tech theater class with a tech theater curriculum. And then the third one is how to do a production. And that, again, is because we think a lot of folks are coming into the teaching profession with that acting component, but don't really have a sense of what it takes to truly put a production together. So we are going to start from the brass tacks of, so you want to put on a show. And what is it that you need to know from the get-go? What about rights and royalties, setting a production calendar, auditions, how to plan a rehearsal schedule? We'll talk very briefly about the fact that you can actually do a play that is well known without copying the Broadway show. So how to think outside the box in terms of design and concept. We're really excited about sharing with you those ideas.
Another thing, as Kirsten said, about not copying whatever you see in the Broadway plays. Most of us are in smaller spaces with very small budgets. I know I am for sure. And so the things that you're like, well, I can never do that because I don't have this that I've seen whenever I've seen that production. For example, I ended up doing Noises Off, but every time you ever see Noises Off, it has 2 floors. Now, mine had 2 floors, but I have a 9-foot ceiling. So thinking outside the box, thinking, how can I create the shows I want to do? How can I create shows that are going to be good for my students without having to copy whatever I've seen? Because you want to teach your kids that too, how to think outside the box. And that's one of the things we're going to talk about in planning a production.
So we just want to encourage you to check that out. There will be a link in the description below, and it's also on our website. But La Jolla Playhouse teacher workshops, there will be 3 over 3 consecutive weeks, $34 a workshop. And it's a chance for us to connect to some of the folks we hope are out there watching the videos. And please spread the word. We are so excited about this. And we once again say thank you to our friends at La Jolla Playhouse for agreeing to give us this opportunity to offer this to you. If you want to find out what's going on with Teach Tech Theater, check us out on our website, which is www.teachtechtheater.org. Shoot us an email at teachtechtheater@gmail.com, and we will look forward to seeing you soon. Okay, bye.
Bye.